It's Tuesday. You know what I should do? I just need to take off the microphone from my intro screen. That would make sense, right? Like, so that way I don't mute myself before starting the video. But you know, I'm just not smart enough to do some of this stuff sometimes because what it is. Anyway, hi, welcome to Tuesday. It is Dolly Talk Tuesday. And here on Dolly Talk Tuesday, we talk about things relating to the BJD hobby, which I have now made a little seating arena for my dolls because I was tired of seeing it like in the background, like with all my junk there. So I've now moved my junk to the bottom drawer, and I am placing dolls that will be just chilling there for just fun. I'll switch them out and they'll sit back there in that little thing. So the 3 dolls that I have today are all two of them are Doll Leaves dolls. And shoot, what is that girl? I always forget, and that's what's going to lead me to one of my things that we're going to talk about today. She is a MU. I was like, she's not Doll Leaves. She's not Mr. Kid's MU. She's an MU, and I can't remember something slimline, blah, 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 blah. So that's fair. But yeah, my Doll Leaves dolls, I've had them forever. They're some of my, like, the ones that I had, like, towards the beginning of the hobby era that I started collecting in, and, yeah, I love them to bits. And today I, on Instagram, was streaming restringing them, which was a nightmare. So if you want to see the struggles I went through restringing them, you are more than welcome to check out my Instagram, which is at Asenva up there, and you can check out the whole time me sweating and crying as I was trying to string my boy back there because it was so hard. So anyways, today we are here to talk about 5 things I wish I knew about the hobby that I know now, or I forget what the other title I put on the thing here, and I probably can take a look at it here. But yes, that is what we are here to talk about today, because I think it's good. Like, you know, we're here in 2024, and I joined back like in 2009 or something, so it's been a moment, okay? For me, it's been a good, I mean, about 14 years, you know, of being in the hobby. So I've been in here for a long time. And of course, you know, there's some tips and tricks and things that you learn that you kind of wish that you knew ahead of time. And that you kind of want to share with other people so that way they don't have to live the same things that you lived. So I just wanted to talk about that today. And so I also wanted to invite the question to chat as well, that if you guys had any not questions, but if you had any like things that you had, so like what are some things you wish you knew about the hobby before you joined? So it's like a good, like, I think question to ask, like, here when we're talking about like the experiences that you've had. So it can be really anything related that you want to go ahead. But I went ahead and put a Q&A. I don't know if it popped up for you guys, but I went ahead and put a Q&A there in the chat, so you guys are more than welcome to answer that, and I would love to read those here in a bit. But I'm going to kick it off with sharing some of the stuff that I have, the top 5 that I have, and yeah, let's get to it. I need to drink my coffee. All right, hopefully I do this right. Okay. All right, I think we're off to a good start here. Yes, the teacher in me did make a PowerPoint because that is who I am. Okay, this is who I've become, the teacher. So I have a list of 5 things that I wish I knew before joining the hobby. And it's not like negative things. I hope you don't like think that I'm like, oh man, like, I wish I knew to know how expensive they were. Like, I think when you join the hobby, or when you're looking into this hobby, you already know it's going to be expensive. Like, it's going to cost you some money. And it's pretty much like anything, really. Like, it's going to cost money to be in there. So, you know, it's not for free. So it's not like a surprise. That's not really a surprise to me. But I think mine are just like kind of random little things here and there. So I don't know if any of them are going to be the same that you have, but it's what it is. So Yes. Oh, and also let me say hi to chat. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, y'all are puns. Hey, Kitty. Anita, how is it going? Yes, my little doll's back there. They're just chilling back there. Hello, Han. What's up? What's up? I don't know if I can call you Han, but I just... Han Jesse. Hello. JC. Hello. I'm scared. 4th day, I have to restring mine. Oh, no. You'll be fine. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. It's not that bad. Like, you will mess up. Trust me. Everybody did. Even I did when I was restringing mine. Like, I put the legs on the wrong sides. And I was laughing because Sarah, or Fanatier, was in there too. And Sarah was like saying that even with them marked left and right, I still mess it up. It's true. Because I did. I was like, that looks about right. And then, like, I popped in the parts that had the L and the R and it didn't. But I mean, it's just like, it's just something you just have to do, you know? And it's like, you feel a lot better once you've done it. So it's scary at first, and it's like you're kind of like freaking out. Will my doll ever be put back together again? Like, you'll be okay. Just try it and just accept that it might not be okay. Like, it might not turn out perfectly, you know, the first time, you know, but that's where you just kind of learn and just go with it. So I'm excited. Yay. So yes, hi Carla, hello. Okay, so let me go ahead and start this now that I've said my hellos. And again, please feel free to answer that Q&A that I have there for you, because it's what it is. It is there for you. So yes, let's see. 5 things I wish I knew about the hobby that I know now. I'm trying to get this in order. I think I'm doing this correct. Hopefully I do this correct. Number 1. Wear a mask. I know it seems like duh, like, but really, honestly, I wish. And it's like, I think I might have heard that you should wear a mask, like when you're working with your dolls and stuff, but I don't think a lot of people really take it seriously sometimes. And I think that's what my mistake was, is that I didn't take it seriously. I kind of was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Like, I should do that. And then I didn't. I didn't. It's bad. Like, I will be the first to admit, like, please don't do what I do. Like, try to listen to the advice I give you and run with that. But I literally would just spray and run. Spray and run. Like, sometimes I wouldn't even run. I would just be like, and then like keep going. And it's so bad. Like, it really is. It's so bad. Like, I think you think like it's okay because you're like, oh, it just smells funny. But like, when you really sit and think about what the purpose of MSC is, and it's to seal your dolls, and basically it is a clear, it is clear, but like a clear like layer. I'm just gonna give a comparison, like paint, like a clear layer of paint that essentially you're spraying, that kind of is like vaporized through this can or whatever, that's aerosol or whatever. And when you're breathing that in, that's actually going in there. Like, it's going in. So, I think sometimes, like, and I know I was super naive about it. And it wasn't until, like, I don't know, maybe my mid years of being in the hobby, that I was like, it does feel weird after I spray or whatever. Like, I came to the realization that I really needed, I should invest into a mask. And I think I didn't honestly invest into like a good mask until, I'd have to go back and look at my videos and see like when I started like talking about wearing a mask, because that's when I really did it. And now I don't want to say like I just bought a mask like yesterday and that's like when I started, but like I really did go without a mask like for at least a couple of years. I think I want to say I did, because the mask that I have is like it's like a big, like it has 2 cartridges here. That's the mask that I use now. And honestly, not just for doing like MSC, but for when you're cleaning, especially, and that's why I wrote cleaning with Magic Clean Eraser. Now, I don't think it's necessarily like it's a micro abrasive is what Magic Clean Erasers are. So, I mean, it's like almost like a very, 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 very thin, like, oh my gosh, like sandpaper, I guess you could equate it to. And there's particles that come out because you're rubbing at it. that comes from the eraser. Some of it might be from like the doll. And that now I feel like nowadays I've become very sensitive to that. I have become so sensitive that like whenever I do work, like face up work, and I think like I'm okay, I'm like, oh, it's just a doll head, I'm fine. Like I don't need to wear a mask. I'm just gonna like clean off the bit of it with Magic Clean Eraser. Nowadays, when I do it, it does feel like I swallowed something. Like it like feels not itchy, but it does feel like those little tiny particles are going in. And I mean, really, honestly, they are. It's not even like it feels like they're going in. It really is like they're going in. So it's super duper important, I think, that I wish I would have like slapped myself like sooner when I first was in the hobby, that it was like, hey, look, I know you've read it somewhere that wearing a mask is important. Just do it, okay? Just shut up and spend $30 or $40, whatever it is, for the mask and the little cartridges, and do it, because it's so good for your health. And luckily, I'm not like asthmatic or anything like that, but I can only imagine that if people that are asthmatic or like really sensitive, to allergens or anything like that, like it probably would mess you up real bad. So like I said, I don't have anything like that, but even now, like nowadays, as I've gotten older, I can really tell now. Like it's like my body's like, stupid, put on a mask. Like, seriously. So I think that's probably like my number one thing that I wish I would have known and followed the advice for sooner. So yeah, there's that. Hello. Yes, you guys are free to lurk. Thank you, love. You're free to lurk. Yeah, we're just chilling here. Fana TA says, well, I would spray holding my breath and run in the beginning. No. And I mean, yeah. And you know what? Cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. Like, I promise you, I try my best, like, to wear it. But I'm not gonna lie. There's times where I'm lazy too, even to this day, even after knowing this fact. Like, I'll just, like, spray really quick and just, like, close the door. Like, it's bad. I need to like get better at doing that, because I'm just messing up myself, honestly. Let's just be real, okay? It's really bad. It's not good for you. So you guys need to really just hopefully take my advice and do that. So hello, Claire. Hello. So yeah, that's my number one. Okay, let's just kick it off with number one for that one. All right, number two, which is funny because I was talking about it today in my Instagram live. Forceps or surgical clamps. My fingers and hands in the past would have thanked me if I purchased one sooner. They help with restringing. Yeah, I don't know what took me so long. Like these are so cheap on Amazon. You probably can go anywhere, actually, like medical supply stores or whatever, and get them even for cheaper. But this single tool has helped so much. Like, it has helped so much. Because I really was trying everything under the sun to like keep the string like from collapsing in to the body and stuff. I used to actually stick like glue gun sticks. Like I would get the elastic. Here's an elastic. I'd get the elastic and I would just get the glue gun stick and just stick it like this and like let it just hold my thing in place. Because I was thinking, I didn't want to harm the resin. Resin is actually pretty strong. Like, now, I wouldn't say, like, let this sit on your, like, on wrist pieces or leg pieces willy-nilly. It's definitely something good, like, to help keep things in place. Yeah, you still need to be careful because it's literally metal that you're sitting on top of your resin. But I've kind of, like, learned now that it's, like, as long as you're careful with it, that you're not going to break your doll by holding it in place like with this. I mean, you should always exercise caution whenever like you're working on your dolls, but I think me getting blood blisters on my fingers versus like this sitting on my doll like piece for a little bit of time, this is way better. Like, I would rather do this than either try to hold it in place by holding it like with my brute strength or sticking something else onto my doll. So it's just, I don't know. And I really honestly didn't come around to this until, I feel like, if you want to talk about like time span, like until almost recently, really. Like, I wasn't using this until, I don't know. I mean, again, I can't give you exact dates of when I started these things, but really honestly, like at the beginning, like especially when I was experimenting and learning how to restring my dolls, I wish I would have used this sooner, because it would have helped and not made me stress out as much, because it's so useful when you're restringing. So yeah, and again, they're not that expensive. They're like, I don't know, probably like $5 or something like that. Like, I haven't priced them recently, but I don't think they're that expensive. I don't know, you guys will have to check me on that. But yeah, the surgical clamps, or I don't even know if that's what they're really called, forceps, whatever these are called. Yeah, this is so good. And again, it has to have like the little thing that clicks into place, like it locks. It'll like click and lock. And this one has like grooves on the inside, like little grooves. So that helps hold the string. And it's, yeah, that's really all that it does, is it just helps you hold your string. So again, you do it like this, clamp it, and that way it holds your stuff. And then when you're ready to release it, you just like twist the scissor part on the top or whatever, handle, whatever, finger holders, and then it's free. So yeah, I wish I would have done that sooner, but I don't know what I was waiting for, so that's what it was. Y'all Are Punk said, I restrung a doll for the first time a while back. I had to pin her down with my bare foot to put her back together. I definitely need to invest in clamps. No joke. Like, I feel you so much. Not only that, but like trapping it between my thighs like is another thing, besides just like basically like wrestling your doll, which, by the way, that's why I thought this was so fitting. Do you like my cup? Restringing counts as a workout, right? Like, legitimately, that's how I feel. I feel like that all the time when I'm restringing. I'm like sweating. It is. It's like a full body workout. Yeah, they should make workout routines. All right, so that's number 2. So crazy. Jennifer says, I got a set for $15 with a bunch of stuff. Oh, really? Like the clamps? Yeah, because I don't remember what they are singular, like if you buy them right now. I have no idea. But yeah, that's my number 2. So yeah, invest in some clamps. Number 3. The problem is I am lazy. I really am. I'm so lazy. I'm so bad with writing and stuff, but I really wish I would have done this at the beginning. Starting a BJD log, and there's tons of different things that you can find online. I think there's actually like a book on Amazon that someone sells. But I mean, it doesn't even have to be as fancy as that. And there's also like one that's for free to download somewhere that I don't remember where, but they were like providing a QR code to download it on when we went to DollCon Dallas. I think it was like last year. And it's like you can download the PDFs or something for free. But essentially, a BJD log, it's to help you keep track of your dolls. Because there's so many times, and like I said right there in my slide, there's so many times I forget doll sculpts or companies because I have a bigger collection, and I wish I could have started logging them by name or company or etc. And it's really important, honestly, because sometimes I forget. I give the example right now. Like, I was like, I don't know who she is. I was like, she is something, and then I had to look at her cap, and even at that, I don't know what her sculpt is. And so you might be asking, well, why? Like, it's your doll. Like, why would you care about what company it came from or the name? I think it's important to have it just for record. One, if you ever did decide to sell your doll, you'll actually remember what sculpt it is, the name of it, maybe how much you purchased it brand new for. All that stuff is really important when it comes to reselling your dolls if you ever have to go through that. Also, companies die. They die out. Like, and then you won't find any information on them anymore. I have several dolls where the companies do not exist anymore. And now, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, what was it called? You know, thankfully I have YouTube videos, which is like a digital record. I can go back and like look at it, like to see, oh yeah, it was a blah, 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 blah. I did a review on it, you know, but I don't remember a lot of them off the top of my head. And it would be so much better to have like something written down so I could quickly access it to look at it, to do that. Cause yeah, I have, and see, I can't even think of what their names are. I do have Hujo dolls that the company's no longer there. I have a fantasy doll, which their company is kind of also kaputs. And then I don't remember like the off branch. I can't think of it. I think it's Fallen Doll is the other one, the off branch of Hujo. And then I have some other ones that are like, I don't even know if I can find information on them anymore, but it's important to have that logged somewhere, just so you know like what it is that you have and stuff. So I would love to one day maybe I'll do that another time. I would love to sit down, maybe we'll do this for like a Dolly Talk Tuesday, and just start documenting. And I was reading the comments there, and I really liked what Sarah said about having her DOA profile as her log. It keeps track of her sculpts and names of characters. I think I used to do that too. Like, I think my DOA had some of them listed out because you can just like type it there. So just, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be fancy. Some people sell like actual log books, like for you to document your stuff or whatever. And some people even made like BJD specific ones. I was actually in the process of making one too. Like, I was going to make a book, with that in there. I don't know if I'm ever going to revisit that, but I have made stuff like that so that way I could document, and so other people could document too. But it's important, I think. But I wish I would have started it as I was collecting. That would have been so much easier, because now I have to like go back and like take each doll down and like think about it. Versus if like when you start the hobby, just start it when you start the hobby, like keep a little notebook somewhere or whatever, or digital, and then, you know, just write them down as you go. I think that would be really good. So yes, it is what it is. Looked for a leg puller. Wait, what? Oh, are you talking about that little, like, there's like another tool that I was gonna mention, but I still haven't purchased it yet. But they were talking about it today in our Instagram stream, where it's like a little like a wooden dowel, and then it has like a metal like stick with like a hook, and they use that, and I can't think of what somebody called that, like a cord puller or something like that. Yeah, that's also really useful. I probably should be investing in that too, because I just use whatever's around me to help me pull the string out, but that's probably a smart thing to invest in, but I still haven't done that either. I use the tape and glue wig trick. Yay! Oh wait, it didn't work. Do you do it once or twice? Oh no. Oh, okay, so yeah, when you're making that wig, the little wig ring, you have to glue it around, and it needs to be glue. There needs to be glue on the outside and on the inside. It needs to be on both. So you can't just do it on one, it has to be on both. And then just make sure you glue like wherever the tape ends meet to make it a ring, like that. You just glue that really well, but it shouldn't have to be like forcefully put on. It might be too small at that point. It should just be able to like sit like on top like a crown. I hope that helps. Yeah. Oh yeah, I really need to get on DOA probably and do it there. That's easy. My new doll has a wig instead of rooted hair. Nice. Yeah, the wigs are awesome. Carla says, I highly recommend keeping track of a collection. I started from the beginning and I added to my list as I go, so it's not overwhelming. Also, I log how much I spent on every item. I agree with you, Carla. Yeah, that's exactly why, you know, and that way you know, like, how much it was you know, what you spent, what you had invested on it, you know. Also, I haven't looked into it, but I know like it's been a conversation that has happened before. Like people have talked about like insuring their dolls. Like I've heard people try to do insure, because you can insure a lot of things. So that way, like for in the event like your house burns down or whatever, or something tragically happens that way, you know, you have it like protected. And I've never gone further than that to look at it, but I definitely know that having a BJD blog with the costs would be beneficial for that. So I don't know, maybe something to look at. Yellerpunk says, I consider myself relatively new too. I've watched the hobby for a long time, but I couldn't afford one until 4 to 5 years ago. Yeesh. Bought off a BJD off of Amazon, and it was like $8. Cool. Yeah, y'all are good. Again, like I think there's so many dolls out there in the market right now that I think it's a good time. Like, because there's so many different things that you can purchase. Like Imomo doll is really good. Tiny Fox. Those are all like they're not resin. They're like ABS PVC. And it's still like a really great way to kind of join. So it's pretty cool. All right, let me go ahead and show you number 4. Number 4. I'm going to move my camera because, oh, snap, crackle, pop. There we go. I'm going to move this little guy over here. So number 4 says, join groups or forums. Educate yourself in this hobby before joining. There are now so many groups and such that you can join to learn more about the hobby. Take advantage of that. And I say now, like I emphasize now, because there really wasn't that much back in 2009. It was mainly like Den of Angels, Den of Demons, and then like a few people on YouTube that made YouTube videos. And then there was like some people's like external websites that they made, and that was pretty much it. Nowadays, there's like so many groups, like so many forums, like so many Facebook groups, Instagram groups, Discord groups, like YouTube channels. Like there's so much out there with so much content that you can consume that can help you. And I think it's super duper important for people to be a part of these groups and forums, so that way you can learn more about the hobby. And, you know, generally, like in most of the places that have like chats or general chat places, or you can ask or pose a question, people are really quick and they're really, really nice about answering stuff. So I think it's really, really good for people that are new to join it. In the past, I wish that there was more. And, you know, now since there are a lot more, that's why I think I included it on this. Is that, I mean, I did still join Den of Angels. And Den of Angels, like, I learned so much on Den of Angels. Like, it was kind of hard to get into, because it was like, you had to do so many, like, and I think you still do, like, you have to do so many, like X amount of posts here, X amount of replies, and then you gain access to like certain things. But it was worth it. Like, I'm glad that I joined some sort of group that was available at that time, because I did, like, I was able to ask questions about the dolls and see other people and their experiences, and then it really helped out a lot. So hello Jacob, what's going on? We have our own BJD community here in Toronto. Awesome, Claire, that's good. That too, I could have honestly joined. I mean, as far as joining groups, I think that also counts for local community groups, like meetup groups. Now, this is the difficult part, because not a lot of, it doesn't guarantee that there's going to be one in every city, but I think it's gotten to the point where now I feel like it's almost either you can find it in a city or you can do things like digitally a lot. And that was the other thing too that was really helpful, I think, when I first started the hobby, that, you know, helped out a lot, was just being a part of a community. And our local group was super duper nice. They were filled with there's still great people in there that are very helpful. And they were always like willing to help. And I think that was the important part, is like, if you didn't know how to restring your doll, yeah, just bring it to the next meet. We'll help you out. Like, it's really, really nice. So I think having some sort of community or something for you to join is very important and beneficial as well. So highly recommend. Okay. Going on to my last one, to number 5. Number 5 says, try to make it to a convention. Things I wish I would have known, because honestly, I want to say that even back in 2009, a lot of like doll conventions were there. And even if it's not like a BJD, like straight up BJD convention, there's honestly just doll conventions, like just conventions that are like, sometimes they're called like doll or like doll and toy. Like, you have to look to like see where or who's hosting, or like what the convention showcases or what it allows and all that jazz. But I think it's a great place for people that are new to go and visit, because again, you get to meet face to face with a lot of people. And 10 times out of 10, if you ask somebody like a question face to face that's there, they will talk to you. I think that's one of the greatest things about meeting other doll enthusiasts, is that you can have a conversation with them. I don't think I've ever met somebody that didn't want to talk about dolls when you go to like these meetups or conventions or stuff like that. Like, they've all been pretty open about like talking about the hobby. So I would really encourage, I would have encouraged younger Asenva when I was just joining to go to more. I think it's really also a good place for you to pick up deals. There's a lot of people that sell things. Most of them now have like swap meets and stuff. And you can get, if you're scared of buying things like on a digital secondhand market, going to a convention, you can find people selling things secondhand there too. And it's important, I think, so that way, like, if you're too scared to do something online, you can meet people there and then get to see what you're going to buy firsthand. And yeah, I kind of wish I would have gone to more sooner. And I know that they existed. Like, I just don't think I went to any. And it wasn't until, because I started hosting, I was hosting panels like at random anime conventions. And that's how I would try to get like a ticket to go to like anime conventions, is that I would say, hey, I can do panels on these things called BJDs that are really cool. And even like way back then it existed. So it's just, you have to look. And I think it's a lot easier now because there's more. I think like isn't like Resin Rose or something's going on, I think, or went on this past weekend or something. It feels like a lot of them are popping up now. So you just have to look. Some of them you do have to save for, because some of them are a little bit expensive, because it costs money to run a convention. So definitely they're having to like put those costs for like a super niche hobby to rent out like a hotel or a convention space. So it's understandable. But yes, I think, it's a good experience, and I think it's something really good for people that are, starting off in the hobby to come and experience too. Even if you don't have a doll, just to go, just go and just talk to people and stuff, I think is good. All right. Jeanette says, conventions are awesome. Yes. DollCon. DollCon Dallas, which, by the way, you can still pre-register for DollCon Dallas. I think I keep the information in the little streaming info box down below. And yeah, maybe you can just win a free doll just by coming. So, I mean, definitely look into that. That's another one that's coming up in February 2025. So please take, a gander at that if you're looking into coming to your first convention. It's a good one, and it won't break the bank. So, Yaller Punk says, I'm real close to the upcoming NYC Con, but I have such bad social anxiety. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Like New York Comic Con? Like, which one? Claire says, our next event probably won't be until Halloween unless there is something at Fan Expo. Oh. Fanatia says, I hosted a panel at our local anime convention too. Yeah, it's nice. Like, it's good. And it's funny because they come out of the woodworks. Like, people come out of the woodworks and they're like, yeah, I just wanted to check this out because I wanted to see, like, what these things were about. Or, like, I saw, like, a collab with, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it out there, like Black Butler, and they had a doll. Like, yeah, it's, people are curious about it, and it's really neat to get to connect with those people. Resin Rose, that's what it is, Resin Rose. I was like, Resin Rose is coming up somewhere. That's what it is, Resin Rose. Yeah, I wish I could go, but it's like, school's gonna start. I start school. I have to report as a teacher. I have to report this coming week. So I don't really get a choice. So I would go to Resin Rose, but I'm so close to starting school. So it's really, really hard to go to anything. So yeah, you guys will have to tell me how it is. But yeah, that's my number 5. I would just say try to make it to some type of convention or whatnot. And that's the end. That's all I got. So I'm going to take some time here to take a look at what you guys said. And I did see a couple of them posted above, so I'm going to have to rewind. But if you didn't get a chance to answer my Q&A and type it out on that spot there, I would love to see you write your response there in the Q&A section. And Anita says, I didn't know the wait times could vary so much. My first doll came in just under 3 months, and so I ordered a second one. Later, I find out the wait time average for the doll company is around 8 months. Oh no! That is so true. That really could be another point in itself. I mean, a lot of different things change from company to company. Wait times, like how their communication is, like what you can expect that comes with your doll. Like, there's so many things that vary from company to company that it is something that sometimes people don't really know. So that is such a good point, because I have done that too. Like, I had a doll. I've got dolls for most of my dolls were like in stock, or the ones that I did reviews for. And so they came almost automatically. And then like I ordered one, like I did a pre-order or special order for one. And I was shocked because it took like, I don't even remember, like 6 months or something. I don't remember off the top of my head. So it takes time. And it's just, it's one of those little things that you don't remember, or sometimes you don't really expect. So yes, thank you, Anita, for sharing that, because that is so true. That is so true. Let me rewind back here a little bit. So Ula Pet said, I'm still pretty new since I only got my first doll this year, but so far my biggest blunder has been buying things and having them turn out to be just slightly the wrong size. Yeah, that is another thing too. That really could be on the list of things, because like, how we're saying with the wait times can change from company to company. I mean, just even the sizes of dolls, like even though they're considered MSD, or they might be considered SD, 1/3, 1/4, whatever you want to label it as, even the dolls themselves within the companies have differences. I have, like within the SD, my 1/3 scale size dolls, some of them can wear certain things, like pants. Pants is a big thing. Like, some of my boys, like, the pants are so tight on them, but when you try it on another boy, like, you could literally pants him. Like, it's so loose. And it's just differences here and there, you know, just little things, and it can really throw you off. And it sucks sometimes because, like, you buy clothing and things like that, and that also just, like, you don't expect the wait time for a doll sometimes. The wait time for accessories and clothing and stuff, depending on where you buy them from, also is another thing. Like, it really depends on where you get your accessories and clothing and stuff from, because I've ordered things, like, from people on Etsy that are, like, here US based, and it comes in pretty quickly. And then sometimes I'm like, ooh, I really like this, like, you know, oh, it's coming from China, and then it takes it takes a while for it to get in, like months sometimes. And you're like, you forget about it, and then you, like, check the mail, and you're like, oh, what's this box? Then you're like, oh, that's right, I ordered a wig. It's like, oh, okay, you know. So it is very hit or miss too with, like, doll sizes, you know. And, you know, you kind of wish, and that's where, like, I kind of fall back to my number, I don't remember what it was, like number 4, joining groups or forums. Because a lot of time, like, you'll see it and nobody really cares. Like, nobody's gonna, like, say anything or, like, think that, you know, you're stupid for asking the question. Some people will flat out ask, like, hey, I'm gonna buy a DollZone Lotus. Do you guys have any recommendations? Like, what are some good shoes that fit the DollZone Lotus? And then people will answer because people might have that same doll or, like, similar experiences. And they're like, yeah, you know, I've tried these, but don't try these, you know. And it's so important, you know, like, to be able to have something to go back to, because, again, it's not a cheap hobby. Like, doll collecting is not cheap. And so you want to make sure that whatever you buy is gonna work, like, it's gonna fit. So it's not bad. It's not a bad thing to, like, come out and ask people, like, hey, you know, I heard the, you know, mini fees, like, are really weird, in particular with their clothing. Like, what are some good shops you guys recommend? Or, like, what are some things that you guys like that fit really well, you know? And I think, yeah, it's totally valid for people to do that, because, yeah, it's really tough. Like, when you get something and then it doesn't fit. That's the really crummy thing. Yeah. I've ordered so much shoes, but luckily I have so many dolls that it's got to fit somebody. Like, you know, actually, I take it back. There's 2 pairs of doll shoes that have not had an owner, because I purchased them, and the site said they were for 1/3 scale size dolls. And then when they came in, they were humongous. They're, like, probably what you consider, like, 1/3 scale, but it's like a 70 centimeter doll. And I made the blunder of purchasing it twice. So I have 2 pairs of these men's huge boat size shoes that are just sitting in my drawer for no reason. Like, I need to take them to, like, a swap meet or something, and, like, let somebody just take them off my hands, because I have nobody that fits those shoes. They look ridiculous on an SD doll. Like, on my standard 1/3 scale boys, they just look like he's trying. Like, it's not gonna work. We're not gonna do that. That's not happening. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm trying to rewind back to see if you guys have anything. Carla says, something I wish I knew at the beginning was that putting my doll in a sitting position for a long time is what causes staining. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, something also that we need to kind of just make sure people know is that you can't just leave your doll on the shelf forever, like, in their clothes. Like, you need to routinely check them, because they might stain. They might get stained. And I've had, and it's not just clothes, like, it's wigs too. Like, you need to pop that off every now and then and make sure it's good. or at least have some sort of like wig cap or whatever you want to call it. I still can't think of the name for it, but like, you know how like my guy here, that's why I like having the dolls here. He's got like a little silicone thing here. Oh, that just took everything off. Hey, at least I know it's gonna stay now. Okay, got no complaints. Just don't laugh at his head. I was telling Instagram earlier today that it's giving Megamind. It's giving Megamind. His head's so big. That's like bulbous. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Rain. I shouldn't be making fun of you. But yeah, having something as simple as this can definitely help with staining and stuff. But it's still really good to periodically check and make sure that your dolls are okay. Shoes are another thing too. If you just throw your dolls in shoes without socks, I know that sounds kind of silly. Like, why does a doll need socks? But like, seriously, the socks can help protect your doll's feet. I know it sounds funny, but you know, because a lot of dark colored shoes like this also can stain your doll's feet. So it's just, you know, the little things that, you know, now that you've seen it, or maybe you've had it happen to you before, like you peel off a doll's pair of pants or something, you're like, what is this? And it's like stained. You're like, crap. You know, you just wish that you would have known it sooner. That way you could check on them. I used to be really, really good at it. And like, I don't know, like every year I would like strip all my dolls down and like clean them and like reseal them and then like put them back. But again, I am lazy. And I'm not as good as what I used to be before, okay? Now it's more like I'll just like every now and then I'll like look at them, but if I take off their shoes, there's a high probability that I might not put their shoes back on. So I have like 3 or 4 dolls that don't have shoes on, and it's not that I don't have shoes for them, I just haven't put them back on. And that's where I live. So that's what it is. Carla says it's the constant rubbing of resin and dark fabric on a hard surface. 100%. Jay Louisa says, with clothes sometimes I alter them, especially if I want a certain outfit for a doll. Smart. Yeah, there was like I think they're called like no, they're not. What are they called? It's like the ones at Walmart. It's the dolls at Walmart. Their clothing, it's a bit big for 1/3 scale size dolls, but if you were good at tailoring things or sewing things, you could definitely bring it in and it would work. Like some of the clothes would work for the dolls, but I'm too lazy. It's not gonna happen for me. I did buy like a jacket or something from them, and I just let them wear it as is, and I'm like, yeah, it's a style. It's just like a big baggy jacket. Like, that's so stupid. Oh my god, I don't know who I'm trying to fool. That's what it is. Let's see here. I need to sew more. Yes, Jennifer, me too. I wish I did. And it's not that I don't know how to sew or I don't have a sewing machine. I have a sewing machine. I even sew things by hand sometimes, but I'm just too lazy. That's the truth. All right. Jennifer says, I'll buy those shoes from you for my big boy. Hey, you want to hit me up, man? I won't even charge you that much for them because they are literally just there. And they're gorgeous shoes. Hold on, let me get them for you. They're gorgeous shoes. I love them, but I'm just like, every time I look at them, I get angry. Like, every time I see them, I get so mad because I'm like, dang, these are some hot-looking shoes. Like, this is me fulfilling my fantasies. Like, look how slick that looks. But these are flipping huge. Like, they are so big. Like, this is my hand. Look at that. I don't know why they labeled them as 1/3 scale. This is not 1/3 scale. This is a 70 centimeter boy right here. But they're in here. They're just brand new, just chilling in here. Like, it makes me mad because I'm like, what the heck? And you know what's funny? I just noticed this. Look at this. Look at how shady this is. Look. Can I zoom in? Hold on. Oh my god, you have to see the sticker. Oh my god, please zoom into the sticker. No, zoom into the sticker. It's funny. Oh. No. Oh, I want it to zoom in so bad. Okay, you can't see it because it's not focusing on it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Look. It says 1/3. They scratched out 70 centimeters. And they just threw on 1/3. So it is. It is for a 70 centimeter doll. Like, why would they do this? And I fell for this trap twice. I have 2 of these. I have 2 sets. I have this one and the other one that's the exact same thing. So mad at myself. It's either that or I just need to buy a 70 centimeter doll. At this point, that is the next phase in my life that I need. Yeah. I almost came close, honestly, with the Momo, with the huge Momo doll that they came out with, but I didn't see anybody buy like the head and the body together. And then when I heard stories about it afterwards in the nightmares, people were saying that the head was not made for that 70 centimeter body. It was really discouraging. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll find something that's affordable that I would like to buy and then jump on the 70 centimeter wagon. I don't know, maybe one day. But yeah, I like that. Like how it's scratched out 1/3. Just kidding, it's 1/3. No, it's not. It's not. Oh my god. Alright, let me see. Anything else? Oh my god. That's my husband. It scared the daylight. Yes, I'm streaming. He was like, I'm gonna be in a meeting. And I was like, okay, bye. And he just busts in here super loud. Oh my god. Yes, Jennifer, you can totally DM me and I don't know. We'll figure out what you want for these shoes. It's so funny. Where do you find clothes for a 70 centimeter doll? Well, luckily now it's become more like norm. Like it's a normal thing now to have a 70 centimeter doll. But like back in the day, it was so hard to find clothing for these larger dolls. But now I feel like you can probably buy some, you know? It's what it is. It's pretty like Alice's pretty much anything. Alice's collection, you can find them there on Etsy, like my brain's thinking. Like anything, any place really I think sells them. So you just need to just go. So yeah. Anita says, I wish someone told me how addicting BJDs are. I'm gonna have an army by the end of the year. Yep. 100%. You see that? They're all up there. And I have pull-ups. I love that this is the end of my stream. Welcome. Welcome to my house. This is how it is. So, yes. Anyway, I think this is a good time to end. Oh, Java, hey. A good place for me to end. But I hope this kind of helped anybody that was curious about like what are some tips or things that you have or questions for like when you're first joining, and what are things that you wish you knew? Like some of us veteran people, like what are some things that you wish you would have known before you joined or started the hobby? So hopefully this helped. As always, you can always check me out on Facebook. I have an Instagram. I need to go through and update my shop, but I do have an Amazon like suggestions recommendation shop. And then of course my YouTube here where I have my other videos and stuff, and I'm going to try to make more. I felt like I was on a roll there because I had 2 edited videos, and I'm going to try to do another one soon here. So I will definitely hop on that. So yeah, my husband's just standing here. Yeah, he's just there. Anyway, I hope you guys have a Dolly-tastic day. And I will see you guys in another video soon. Yeah, this is happening. You guys, I don't even... Okay. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a good one. Okay, bye.